Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Namaskar. Hello, everyone. It feels something meeting after long way. Yeah, this is not comfortable to have such a long break. No, it's nearly 1 month. I don't this class and into our family and or not, but we were missing you all the time. In between the last Saturday, we were thinking to take this instant short class just to see your all faces and to meeting and to have some small chat. Or maybe it's convenient or not convenient. Everyone has a busy schedule. Advanced schedule. Okay, maybe. I believe that you all had a good time. You all are doing practice. You all may have tried to apply this new information about the herbs or herbal remedies. Maybe you all have many questions to ask. Maybe you all have some good experience. Or maybe some challenges. We will be happy to understand your feedback, your opinion from this. We will be happy to answer your questions. So as usual, we start the session first. Today's learning and Cornelia. And then we will have the question answer session, experience sharing, learning, opinion, feedbacks, everything.
Do you want to make the announcement about the time change for next time right now?
Yeah.
And then we can say it again at the end.
Yeah. Perfect. Wonderful. Please. Yes, please.
Yeah, Dr. Hemang just informed me that starting next time, which is the 19th of November, there's again the time change that in India, which means our sessions will start at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 Eastern time, and then that would be 4 p.m. UK, 5 p.m. Central European time or Germany, and we will send out all the times again, but definitely we will start half an hour earlier. And so just that you take note right now, and we will announce it again at the end of this session, just to make sure that everyone gets the information, but you can already have it now.
Perfect. Appreciate you, Cornelia, for always making sure for everything to have the smooth operation and easy and no trouble for any one of us. You are really wonderful for all of us. Great.
Thank you.
Very punctual and for everything very sharp and precise.
That's my
Thank
German. That's my German side.
Perfect.
As you noticed in with the Germans in India, that and when you are here in Germany, they are
Yeah.
really always
Yes.
punctual. Everything has to be.
Very
So
yes.
sometimes it's a good
We
asset.
yeah,
So
we appreciate. And we need when we are like having a big family like this 100 plus, then there should there should be one person who is like handling and caring and taking care of all this timing and everything. Wonderful. Nice. Thank you. So because there's daylight saving changes in all the in Europe already it happened on this last week, and in the US will happen like in this Sunday
tonight,
something.
yeah,
Yeah,
tonight.
some tonight. So and the effect of this time change that affect it's a in India it's a 1 hour change, and so we have found like a middle room. We will do it as Cornelia mentioned, 8 o'clock Pacific time instead of 8:30 now.
Yeah.
Okay, super. But as Cornelia mentioned that we will announce and inform again and again 2-3 times, so no one will miss it.
The class, yeah,
Good.
that's true. Okay, I
Over
am
to
ready,
Dr.
Dr.
Kamal.
Kamal.
Kamal is yeah,
Yes.
and we will having this question answer session at the end. Please note down and keep your questions ready. Please carry on.
Yes. Namaste, everyone. And it is glad to see you, all of you again. And we start with another new session where we will be learning about some more herbs today, about focusing on the Pitta dosh. So before that, we start with our prayers to Lord Dhanvantari, and then we proceed further. धन्वन्तरे गरुचि धन्वन्तरे ऋतरु धन्वन्तरी भवसुधा भान्वन्तरावसथमन्वन्तराधिकृत तन्वन्तरौषधनिधे धन्वन्तरङ्गशुभु धन्वन्तमादिषु अवितन्वमाब्दितनया सुन्वन्तकात्मरुद तन्वन्तरावयव तन्वन्तरात्रिजलधौ ॐ चन्द्रौगकातिममृतात्मकरै जगन्ति सञ्जीवयन्तममितात्मसुखं परेशं ज्ञानं सुधाकलशमेव च सन्दधानं शीतांशुमण्डलगतं स्मरतात्मसंस्थान् अज्ञानदुःखभयरोगमहाविषाणि योगो यमाशु विनिहन्ति सुखं च दद्यात् यन्मादविभ्रमहर परतश्च सान्द्र स्वानन्दमेव पदपामापयति स्म नित्यम् ॐ श्री धन्वन्तरये नमः. So with that, after seeking blessings of Lord Dhanvantari, the Siddhaveda lineage, Acharya Jivaka, Baba Ramdas ji, Pankaj sir, Smita madam, my Guru Sadguru Veda Bharti Maharaj, we start with today's session. Yes. Cornelia, have we started with the slides? Hello. Yes. So as we have learned about the three doshas, Vat, Pitta and Kapha, today we are going to study about Pitta dosh, the herbs that act, herbal remedies that act on Pitta dosh. So first of all, we will just recollect, we will see what we are going to learn. The herbs Guduchi, that is the scientific name or the Latin name, Tinospora cordifolia, Shatavari, Asparagus racemosus, Amalaki, Emblica officinalis, Ushir, Vetiveria zizaniodis, and the herbal supplements, Pittashamak tablet, Ayur seed, or also called as Gulkasid tablet, Amrutras tablet, and Chandrikaras tablet. So these are the herbs and these are the herbal supplements that we are going to learn today. Yes, next slide, please. So first we recollect the qualities of Pitta dosh. What are the qualities of Pitta dosh? So the first and foremost quality when we say Pitta dosh is that Pitta dosh is hot. Okay. The other two doshas, Vata and Kapha, they are cold, but Pitta dosh, the main identity of Pitta dosh is that it is hot in nature.
If the
Then,
slide was supposed to change, it did not change.
yeah, the slide is not changing. Yes, so there must be some technical problem.
Yeah, there's a technical problem at the moment. I'll reshare. I'm not sure what's going on here. Let me just go there.
Yeah. So till that we will, till Cornelia does that, we will just go through the qualities of Pitta dosh. Okay. So anybody tell me the quality of Pitta dosh? What are the qualities of Pitta dosh? First quality.
Fire.
Yeah, it is made up of the fire element. That means it is hot in nature. What is the second quality of Pitta dosh?
Transformation.
Yes.
Transformation.
Transformation. Yes, very good. Right. Another. Very good. Another quality. So it is hot. It does the main function of transformation. It transforms different things. The food that we take, goes to the digestive fire and then it is transformed into the essential nutrients. So it is the main function of Pitta dosh. Some more, yes, qualities. It is slightly anxious.
Oily.
Yes, slightly oily or anxious. Very good, Afsane. Where were you? Yes, some more qualities.
It is hot, it is light, it is
Yes.
oily, it is dark, and it's liquid. Like
Yes,
it moves,
very good.
it moves, it moves.
Yeah, it is liquid also. And how we differentiate between Pitta dosh and the other two doshas is that the quality of Pitta dosh we have to remember. It is hot, it is sharp, and it is pungent. Okay, mainly pungent. These are the qualities. And the Panchamahabhut that Pitta dosh is made up of is fire. Okay, last time we have learnt about Vata dosh. Okay, and the herbal supplements. Now we are focusing on Pitta dosh. Okay, should we start? The
Can you see the slide now? Can you see the slide now?
Yeah, we can see significance of Pitta dosh. Is it the first slide? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we will. Yeah. Shall we start? Cornelia?
Say, yeah.
Okay. So see here the significance of Pitta dosh. As now we have recollected, Pitta dosh is essential. What are the main functions? It is essential for the liver function, the healthy digestion. Digestion is the most important function of Pitta dosh, as the digestive fire, and Pitta dosh, they are related. Then regulation of metabolism and regulation of body temperature. So these are the main essential functions. And also the balanced Pitta dosh confers intelligence, courage, a glowing complexion in the body of an individual. If we have to understand the body constitution of someone who belongs to a Pitta constitution, we can see these features like intelligence, glowing complexion, a courageous individual, like that. We have already studied about the Prakriti. Pitta dosh also plays a significant role in maintaining good eyesight. This is very important. So the Pitta that is situated in the eyes is Alochak Pitta. We have studied the 5 types of Pitta dosh as well as the 5 types of Vata dosh and Kapha dosh. Out of that, the Alochak Pitta it is situated in the eyes and it is important to maintain a good eyesight. Okay, remember all these things. Then Pitta dosh and Agni, they are synonymous, or we can say they are dependent on each other because it is made up of the Agni or fire element. And when we are saying this Agni, what we are referring to in the body of an individual is the digestive fire. So here, the fire is there. Likewise, in the body, there is the digestive fire. And the word Agni, if we literally see the meaning of the word Agni, it means fire. So we know that the food consumed by any individual, it is acted upon by the Agni, that is the digestive fire. It goes to the digestive fire where it is divided into the essential nutrients and the waste products. Both. So this transformation of the food that we are eating, the food is first in the raw form. Then we cook it. We transform the food also by cooking it over the fire. Okay. Then when we eat it, again, it is transformed by the action of the digestive fire, and then it is converted into the essential nutrients and the waste products. So out of the essential nutrients, what is formed? So the 7 dhatus, the 7 tissues are formed. That is the rasa, rakta, mausa, med, asti, majja, shukra. I hope everybody remembers the sequence 7 tissue. Can anybody just recollect and say the 7 tissues in that order?
Rasa, Rakta,
Mamsa.
Mamsa,
Mausa, yes.
Medda, Asti, Majja,
Shukla.
Shukra.
Right.
Excellent. Very good. So all these 7 tissues, why we are saying it in the order? Because they are important. Because from rasa, rakta is formed. From rakta, mausa. From mausa, med. From med, asti. From asti, majja. And from majja, shukra. So all this transformation or the nourishment takes place in this order. That's why the sequence is important. And the 3 malas, which are the 3 malas?
the urine, the, when we
Sweat.
open the bowel, sweat.
Very good. Yes. Sweat, urine, and
Feces.
very
Feces,
yes. So feces, urine, and sweat. Okay. That is what we call as mala, mutra, and sweat. So this formation of the 7 dhatus and 3 malas, it depends upon the digestive function of the Agni. That is the digestive fire. Yes. Next slide, please. Cornelia, can we go to the next slide?
I have to stop the share at the moment. I have to get out and see what the story is. I'm not sure why it doesn't allow me to go to the next slide. I will do it
Cornelia,
different.
if you would like to help me with, if you would like me to see if I can help, you can send that to me and I can help you.
No, it
Maybe.
has to do it. I just give me 1 second. I open it up as a PDF instead of trying to do it from the
Canva.
canvas. Give me 1 second. I just need to open it up.
Yeah, Cornelia, you try till the time I'm setting the screen.
Okay, are you showing it now?
That looks better.
Yeah, I just see
We're
on
seeing the
screen.
whole, just the slide now. That looks better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now where are we? Okay.
Okay, that's correct. Now
Yeah.
that's the next one here.
Yeah, you Cornelia, meanwhile you can check your system, restart or something. Okay, fine. Yeah, please continue at the corner.
Yeah. So please, everybody, can you just mute yourselves? Okay. So I will just start. So guduchi, the first herb is guduchi. You can see the picture of the leaves. From that specific shape of the leaves, we identify guduchi. The Latin name is Tinospora cordifolia, and English name is heart-leaf moonseed, because they are actually heart-shaped. Heart-shaped means in the general day-to-day life, the shape of the heart that we see, it is exactly same. You can look at the leaves. So that is the thing how we identify Guduchi, the exactly heart-shaped leaves. Okay. And the Latin name is Tinospora cordifolia. Next.
Pardon, is it Guruchi or is it Gupuchi?
Guduchi, D, it is
Guduchi.
D. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. So Guduchi, then see the heart-shaped leaves, it is evident here. The rasa is bitter, tikta. Okay, remember this. Guduchi is bitter in taste as well as it is astringent, that is kashaya. The main rasa is tikta. Okay. Then the potency or virya is hot, ushna. The vipak, okay. The vipak is sweet, that is madhur. See, taste is bitter, but vipak is sweet. Just remember that. And dosh, it reduces all the three doshas. And dhatu, it acts on rakta, med, and shukra. Guduchi is an excellent herb, and it is also a very important herb. Okay, one of the basic, we can say, herbs that is used in Ayurveda for treating several kinds of disorders and mainly fever. So when we say Guduchi, you just remember use for fever. Okay, that we are going to study. Next slide. Yes. So the actions of Guduchi, we will see here, even the leaves are looking even better. You can see the heart-shaped leaves and you can see how the shape is. And it is a, the leaves are very thin, okay? So it helps in igniting the digestive fire, that is the Jataragni, okay? It improves the blood quality, again, very important, and antipyretic, that is, it is used against fever. So as I told you, Pitta is synonymous to Agni. Likewise, you just remember, for remembering, Guduchi when we say used for fever. Okay, like that you remember. Guduchi is used to pacify or reduce or against fever. Then it is also a tonic for overall health. We also use Guduchi as rasayana. It also, because it improves the quality of blood and also the other dhatus, that's why it is also a good rasayana. Then it is also strength promoting. Guduchi also increases the strength of the body. So that these are the main actions. Next slide, please. So now we will study what are the Ayushakti supplements that contain Guduchi. So Pitta Shamak, and the quantity you can see of Guduchi that is written. Then Virophyte, or it is also called as D-Viro. Immuno, also called as Ojas. You can remember both names, okay? So Pitta Shamak, then Virophyte or D-Viro, Immuno or Ojas. And the quantity, the number is the quantity of Guduchi in those supplements. Next slide, please. Yes. So now we will, before moving to Moti, this important medicinal constituent, we will just revise Guduchi. The rasa of Guduchi is what? Please tell. Rasa of Guduchi is?
Astringent and bitter.
Yes,
Bitter.
bitter and astringent. Yes. Potency is?
Hot.
Yes. Vipak?
Sweet.
Sweet.
Very good. What are the main actions? One main action that you have to remember, Guduchi.
For fever, to reduce fever.
Yes, very good. To reduce fever, also used as a tonic, strength promoting, ignites digestive fire. Rasayan. Very good, very good. Okay.
And the
Now-
reason why it is good for fever is because it reduces pitta.
Excellent.
Is that correct?
Yeah, very good. Okay. So now we move towards Moti. See, Moti is the pearls, beautiful picture of pearls. So the Latin name is little, I think, Pinctada margaritifera, and English name is pearls. Pearls we know. Okay. Again, pearls are very important. They play a very important role. And in Ayurveda, the qualities of pearls are mentioned and they are also used as medicines. So that we are going to study. Next slide, please. So the main taste or rasa of moti is sweet, that is madhur. The virya is cold, okay. Vipak is also sweet. See moti or pearl, it is cold also, sweet also. So definitely it reduces pitta. So now when you see just the rasa virya vipak, try to think in your mind, if this has this rasa virya vipak, what is the dosh that it will pacify? And what is the dosh that it will increase? So looking at the sweet, cold and vipak also sweet, we can tell that definitely it is used to pacify the pitta dosh. And also it reduces actually all the three doshas. And the dhatus that it acts upon, it rakta dhatu, majja dhatu and shukra dhatu. Okay, next slide, please. So the main actions of pearl or moti, they are, it ignites the digestive fire, it reduces hyperacidity, and because it is, we saw that it is sweet, cold, so that's why it reduces hyperacidity. It is good for the heart. It modifies the sweat secretion, okay, because it is cold in nature. Then next slide, please. Yes, and also moti or pearl, it has a very good effect on the mind. According to Ayurveda, moti or pearl, it has a very good effect on the mind also. So whenever, you know, someone is getting, you know, too angry, or if the hotness increases in the body, it also has an effect on the mind as well. So the person may tend to get angry, or, you know, irritability may increase. So in such cases also we use pearl because it has a very good action on the physical as well as the mental aspect also. So that is another very important action of moti or pearl. And the Ayush Shakti supplement that contains pearl, it is Pitta Shamak, 200 mg, Jivan Yog 70 mg and Rakta Shanti 15 mg. So this Pitta Shamak, Jivan Yog and Rakta Shanti. Okay. Next slide, please. So first we study Pitta Shamak. So here the Sanskrit names are given. First is Guduchi, okay. Then it is Tinospora cordifolia. You can see the quantity in milligrams in the last column. Moti Pishti, Pinctada margaritifera, Suvarna Gairi, another very important content which specifies the Pitta. Ferrum hematite, Ushir, Vetiveria zizanioides, Kapardik, Cypria moneta. So these are some of the contents, and out of this we can see in Pitta Shamak there is Guduchi and there is Moti Pishti as well. Pishti means powder, okay. So Moti Pishti and Guduchi both are present. Next slide, please. Now indications of Pitta Shamak we can see here: acidity, okay, thirst, vertigo, vomiting, internal bleeding, mouth dryness, headache, anger, hair loss, lack of calcium, burning sensation in urinary and digestive tract. Now see, you will understand that why Pitta Shamak is acting on this. As we saw, Pitta Shamak contains Guduchi and pearl, okay. So that's why it will reduce the hyperacidity. It will also reduce the thirst, as moti is cold in nature. Then also other when the pitta increases in the body, then the heat increases, then the this liquid content also increases in the body. So Pitta Shamak will help in such conditions, as well as anger, hair loss, lack of calcium, okay, burning sensation in urinary and digestive tract, so for pacifying the pitta. And as the word suggests, Pitta Shamak, Shamak means pacifying and pitta we know. So Pitta Shamak, actually the name means pacifying pitta dosh. So that's why the herbal supplement is named as such, that it is pacifying the pitta dosh. And these are the various indications. And Pitta Shamak we are prescribing in different clients, and we are getting very good results of Pitta Shamak in all these conditions, be it acidity, be it headache, even anger, or different kinds of Pitta disorders. When the heat is increased, there is burning sensation. Pitta Shamak works in an excellent manner. So that is a very good result of Pitta Dosh, Pitta Shamak. Yes, what happened? The slide has gone, I think. Cornelia?
Just a second. Coming back.
I wasn't doing the slides lately because it didn't work for me, so I don't know who did it. I think it was Dr. Hemang. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So see, here we see that internal bleeding. So we have seen already that Pitta dosh and Rakta Dhatu, they are related. Okay. When the Pitta increases, the Rakta Dhatu also gets affected. That's why when there is internal bleeding, when there is excessive bleeding, there is also that is due to increase of Pitta dosh, or the internal the bleeding may increase the Pitta dosh, both ways. Okay, it can be a cause as well as a symptom. So in that condition, when there is bleeding, when there is excessive loss of Rakta Dhatu or blood from the body, Pitta Shamak helps because it pacifies the Pitta dosh, and then it ultimately has a result on the Rakta Dhatu as well, and the bleeding is stopped. Okay, vomiting. Vomiting means the excessive. See, Pitta is liquid in nature, but when the liquidity increases too much, again we have to lessen down the excess liquidity of Pitta, and that's why again in vomiting or excess fluid loss, we can use Pitta Shamak. Headache, again headache is of different types. Pitta is predominantly increased whenever there is headaches, or the other doshas are also increased, but Pitta is also mainly involved. So that helps, Pitta Shamak helps by reducing the excess Pitta dosh. Anger, as I told you, because Pitta dosh is hot in nature, so the heat also increases in the mind as well. And the first symptom when the heat increases in the mind is anger. It is manifested in the form of anger. And because Pitta Shamak also contains pearl, as I told you, Moti Pishti, it has a very good effect on the mind to reduce, anger or irritability. And that's why it helps in reducing anger as well. Hair loss. Again, hair loss is also due to when the heat increases in the body. Even we can feel in the pulse. Whenever we check the pulse of the client, we first, whenever there are patients of hair loss, in many patients, not all patients, but most of the patients, we find that the heat is increased. So, and because of the increase of heat, because of the increase of Pitta dosh, there is hair loss. So in such clients, definitely Pitta Shamak helps along with the other Sukesha and all the herbs. Pitta Shamak helps. Then lack of calcium, because there are some contents in Pitta Shamak which we are going to study later, Kapardik and all. That's why it is helps in increasing the calcium level as well. Burning sensation in urinary and digestive tract. So because there is moti, and actually there are also other herbs which we are not studied right now. So that's why they have a pitta pacifying effect, and that's why Pitta Shamak helps in that. So these are the different conditions that Pitta Shamak is used for. Next slide, please. What is the total, if we calculate the overall property of Pitta Shamak, then it is cold in nature. This is according to the different contents that Pitta Shamak contains. And then average, if we calculate, it is cold in nature. The dose for adults is 2 tablets twice daily. And for children, it is 1 tablet twice daily. Then contraindication is cough and cold. Okay. Next slide, please. Yes. So with this case study, we will understand Pitta Shamak even better. So here is a client, he had severe acidity, and when he was drinking normal water, it was creating burning sensation. So the acidity was up to such a level that even the simple water was causing burning sensation. And he also had nausea, headaches, and hair loss at a very early age as he is young. So the Pitta dosh was extremely increased, and that was affecting the body. The heat was increased, there was hair loss, headaches, and all these things, burning sensation. So when he came to Ayush Shakti, he was advised the herbal supplements, and Pitta Shamak was also the one of the main herbal supplement, along with some other supplements, a detox plan, and a custom diet plan. So in 2 weeks, his acidity was reduced by 50%. So in just 2 weeks, his acidity was reduced by 50%. He could eat normal food and drink without any discomfort. And in 3 months, his headaches and nausea were also completely gone. And the hair loss was reduced significantly. In hair loss, we find results after some time, so after 3 months, the hair loss also was reduced. So Pitta Shamak definitely helps in all these conditions, mainly when Pitta dosh is involved. Okay, whenever there is Pitta disorders, when the Pitta dosh has increased, so Pitta Shamak definitely helps. And there are actually many clients nowadays who are suffering from acidity, and the heat is increased, and there is hair loss. There are so many clients, and they are having really good results with Pitta Shamak, and also along with the other herbs. Pitta Shamak also is excellent, even in headaches. Pitta Shamak is excellent. Clients have very good results. So this is a very good case study to understand Pitta Shamak. Next slide, please. So now we move towards another beautiful herb, Shatavari, a very delicate and a very beautiful herb. So we can see the picture of this herb in the background. It is very, very delicate. Latin name is Asparagus racemosus, and English name is asparagus. Next slide, please. So Shatavari, the taste is sweet, okay, and bitter, that is pitta. So in this picture, see Shatavari, how it is. It's very small, and the leaves are very, very thin, and the roots. So the roots are actually the main part that we use of Shatavari. The roots are the main part. So the roots are also there. See, the roots are quite big than the plant, okay. The virya or potency is cold. Remember this. Vipak is sweet. So this is also sweet in taste, cold in potency, and sweet in vipak. It reduces all three doshas. Again, Shatavari is also a very good rasayan because it acts on all the three doshas as well as on all the 7 dhatus. Remember this. Then dhatu, it acts on rasa, rakta, majja, shukra. Okay. So Shatavari has again very good effects. We will see this in the next slide. Next slide, please. Yes. So the actions of Shatavari, again, it helps in improving the digestive fire. It also acts as a cardiac tonic, very good for the heart. And it improves vision, improves intelligence. Shatavari is very good to improve the memory or intelligence or grasping power. Shatavari acts in a wonderful way. It is tonic for overall health as it acts as a rasayana. It is strength promoting and a tonic for female reproductive system. So for the females, Shatavari is like a boon. It is a very good herb. And also even for the both males and females, it is very excellent because it is a rasayana, and it is also a good cardiac tonic. And in females, to increase the breast milk when the child is born, for the child, the breast milk is the biggest food. So Shatavari also increases the quality and quantity of breast milk. So Shatavari again is a very excellent herb. Next slide, please. Shatavari in Ayush Shakti products, it is found in Ayurseed, that is Gulka seed, in the quantity of 75 mg, Drushtivardhak 40 mg, and energy tablet 100 mg. So Ayurseed, Drushtivardhak, energy, and Ayurseed is also called as Gulka seed. You can see in the picture as well the herbs, this are given, herbal supplements bottles are given. Next slide, please. So first we will study Ayursid or Gulkasid. So here the Sanskrit name first Shatavari Ghana. What is Ghana? Ghana means extract. It is used in the extract form. That's why in Ayushakti, the herbs, herbal supplements, most of them, they contain the herbs in the extract form. And when we use herbs in the extract form, they have faster results because they are used in the extract form, they are concentrated, and that's why the results are also faster. So this is actually the main, we can say, very good feature of Ayushakti, that most of the herbs are used in the extract form. So Shatavari Ghana, asparagus racemosus, quantity is given in mg. Amalki, so Emblica officinalis, the Indian gooseberry. Yashti Madhu Ghana, Glycyrrhiza glabra. Shalmali gum, the resin of Shalmali, Bombax mulberricum. Guduchi Ghana, Tinospora cordifolia. So these are the main contents of Ayursid. And we can see Ayursid contains, again, the most important herbs like Shatavari, Amalki, Yashti Madhu, Guduchi, even Shalmali. Okay, next slide, please. So we will see what are the indications of Gulkasid. Now, Gulkasid is used in cases again for acidity, for nausea, for indigestion, gas, abdominal colic, ulcer, bulimia. So as the word suggests, Gulkasid or Ayursid. So the main indication is for acidity, hyperacidity disorders. As I told you, there are many clients nowadays because of wrong dietary habits and lifestyle. Many people are suffering from acidity. Even acidity is not only due to the physical, impairment, it is also related to the mind. People who have a disturbed mind also suffer from acidity. So the pitta dosh, when it goes haywire, when it is imbalanced, definitely there is more acid production and people suffer from acidity. So Gulkasid helps in that. Even in nausea, so people who feel nauseating, Gulkasid has good results. Indigestion, as we saw, it also contains other herbs, Shatavari, Amalki, Guduchi. So this works excellent. Then gas, abdominal colic, ulcer, and bulimia. So in this Ayursid or Gulkasid has very good results. Next slide, please. So the property overall of this is cold. The dosage is adults 2 tablets twice daily, and in children 1 tablet twice daily. There is no contraindication as such for Gulkasid. So these are the indications and the qualities of Ayursid or Gulkasid. Again, the dosage of Gulkasid in adults is same as Pitta Shamak, that is 2 tablets twice daily. Okay, next slide, please. So here is a case study of Ayursid or Gulkasid. So here is a client, Mary. She had a severe acidity problem, frequent burping, and other gastric issues. So basically her digestive system was disturbed. Okay, we can see that's why when the digestive fire is affected, the digestion is affected. And because of that, there is this excess formation of acid, and due to which there is acidity, burping, other gastric issues, indigestion. She also had heavy, and she was feeling heavy and bloated all the time. So mainly the digestive fire was impaired. Then when she came to Ayushakti, she was recommended herbal supplements, like one of the main herb was Ayursid or Gulkasid. Along with that, she also did a detox and customary diet plan. So diet is also always there. So in 1 month, her digestive issues improved by 80%. Her acidity was reduced to none. Her gastric issues and burping were also gone. Okay, they were very insignificant. And she followed the Ayushakti treatment for 3 months, and all her symptoms were 100% improved. So in this case, basically, as I told you, the Pitta dosh definitely and the digestive fire, both were affected. And that's why there was severe indigestion problem. And it was manifested, that indigestion is manifested in different ways in different individuals. In her case, that indigestion was manifested in the form of severe acidity, burping, bloating, and all these things. And when she took the right herbs, the detox plan, and it followed the right diet and lifestyle, all her symptoms were gone in 3 months. So this is again a very good case study to understand the action of Ayurveda or Gulkastiv. Yes, next slide, please. Now we move towards Amalaki. So Amalaki, or the Indian gooseberry, Latin name is Emblica officinalis, and English name is Embellic myrobalan. Okay, see very good fruits of Amalaki, and we can see the leaves of Amalaki are also, the pattern is different. We saw Guduchi heart shape. This is again different. Shatavari was very delicate. So like that you remember. And fruits of Amalaki, everybody knows. And we have seen this in the herbal garden also when you were in India. So we had seen this large tree of Amalaki also. Next slide, please. Yes. So the taste or rasa of Amalaki is again. So do you remember Haritaki? That what is the taste of Haritaki? Can anybody tell, please? Taste of Haritaki or rasa of Haritaki?
Sour.
Yes, some more. Can anybody tell Haritaki? Can you remember? We have studied about Haritaki.
Wasn't that everything but salty?
Yes, very good.
Oh, good.
Yes, all rasas except which one was not
Salty.
there?
Salty.
Salty. Okay, that was Haritaki, which we have studied. Okay, now here is again another herb, that is Amalaki. Same it is. See, all rasas except salty. Understood why I have told you about Haritaki? Because Haritaki and Amalaki, these are the very rare herbs which contain all the 5 rasas. Out of the 6, they contain all the 5 rasas except the Lavan ras or the salty ras. Remember that. Haritaki and Amalaki contain 5 rasas except the salty taste. Okay. So what is then the difference between Amalaki and Haritaki? If they have the same rasas, they should be same, but it is not like that. Haritaki is hot in potency and Amalaki here is cold in potency, and that is the biggest difference between Haritaki and Amalaki. Only difference between the potency, and when the potency changes, everything changes. So Amalaki has cold potency, and the vipak of Amalaki is sweet. Okay, dosh, Amalaki reduces all the 3 doshas, especially pitta dosh. So Amalaki again is a very good rasayana, but predominantly it acts on the pitta dosh. Then dhatu, it acts on all dhatus, but predominantly rasa, med, and shukra. Okay, next slide, please. So Amalaki, again, Haritaki, Amalaki, and Vibhitaki. These are the three fruits of these herbs. They collectively are called as Trifala. You must have heard about Trifala. 3 means 3 and Phala means fruit. So combination of 3 fruits, that is called as Trifala, and Trifala contains Haritaki, Amalaki, and Vibhitaki. So Amalaki is also one of the content of Trifala. And Trifala as a whole is a very good rasayan. It has tremendous, very good effects on the body, mind, everything. So remember like that, okay? So action of Amalaki is it increases the appetite, it improves the digestion, it is a tonic for overall health, and it also improves vision because it prominently acts on Pitta dosh. As I told you that the eyes, the eyes, there is the Alochak Pitta, and the eyes are actually predominantly, if we say which element is there in the eyes, then there is the Tej Mahabhut or the fire element. And that's why Amalaki acts wonderfully. And that's why, see, whenever we are taking some, there is some hot steam or something, we protect the eyes, because the eyes already contain the alochak pitta, or they are made up of fire element. That's why we have to protect the eyes from any heat substance or anything. Remember that. Okay. So amalki helps to improve the vision. Next slide, please. Amalki is also a very good rasayana. It also helps to increase the intelligence, boost the memory. It acts on the physical, the mental, and also the emotional aspect of the health. Amalki is a very good and overall, we can say, excellent rasayana. If something, any herb which is the best or first and foremost as far as rasayan is concerned, then that is amalki. Or we can say as far as anti-aging is concerned. So, and for anti-aging, a person who wants to stay young forever, not only just by looks young, but also by the quality of the tissues and everything, the doshas, the dhatus, then amalki is the best. That's why it is called as amalki y1s17. Means amalki is the best herb for anti-aging, person who wants to remain young forever, externally as well as internally. So that are the very good uses of amalki. Again, a very, very, very important herb. So Ayushakti product that contains amalki is Amrutras, then Drushtivardak, Kaishor Gugud. Okay. So remember this, Amrutras, Drushtivardak and Kaishor Gugud. Next slide, please. So the Sanskrit name of Amrutras is Amalki, Shankha. No, Sanskrit name of Sanskrit name is Amalki and Latin name is Emblica officinalis. The other herbs in Amrutras is Shankha, then Shunthi. Shunthi is the Gingiber officinalis. Then Marich, Piper nigrum. Shunthi is the ginger. Okay. Marich, Piper nigrum. Marich is the black pepper. So that these Amrutras contains all this. So Amalki is one of the contents, and we can see the quantity is highest of Amalki in Amrutras. Next slide, please. So now see, for Amrutras, the indications are again acidity, respiratory ailments, headache, bleeding nose, dysentery and loose motions, gastritis, abdominal colic, heartburn, gallbladder stones, vomiting, mouth ulcerations, and skin diseases. So we have seen now that for Gulkacid and for Pitta Shamak, Ayurved Gulkacid or Pitta Shamak also, indications were somewhat same, only some indications are more. So how do we know that when to prescribe Pitta Shamak, when to prescribe Ayurved or Gulkacid and Amrutras? So that is where we understand about the Sam and Nirama Pitta. Right now, I will not go into the details of that because we are going to study it in the second year. I will just give a short introduction that there is a concept of Sama Pitta and Nirama Pitta. Any dosh, it can be Samavat or Niramavat, Sama Kapha, Nirama Kapha. So this Sam and Nirama concept is used when we are assessing the symptoms of the client. So there are certain features in, suppose for example, when we are seeing Sama Pitta, then there are some things that we have to assess in the client, whether these symptoms are present, then what is the pulse saying, and according to that we calculate that whether it is a Sama Pitta and whether it is a Nirama Pitta. So we calculate that, we assess that, and accordingly then we prescribe Amrutras or Pitta Shamak or Ayurved or Gulkacid, whatever. So that is again the thing. So these are just not herbal supplements which we go just by indications. Indications are important. But in the second year, when we will study about the Sam and Nirama concept, again we will go many steps further to understand what exactly and precisely to prescribe. We cannot prescribe all. Amrutras also, Ayurved also, Pitta Shamak also. That is not the right way of practicing. To be definite, to understand precisely what is required, we have to understand the SAM and NIRAM concept. There may be some clients where all the three may also be required. That also may be the case. But generally, we understand the SAM and NIRAM concept. And right now, I will not explain it because it is again a different concept which will take a different session in the next year. Okay. So indications again are acidity, respiratory ailments, headache, bleeding nose. So Amrutras helps very good in bleeding nose, dysentery and loose motion. So whenever there is dysentery or loose motions, excessive loss of fluid from the body, then Amrutras helps. Gastritis, abdominal colic, heartburn, gallbladder stones. So stones are of different types. They are in the gallbladder, also in the kidney. So for the gallbladder, okay, according to Ayurveda, gallbladder is called as pittashay. So gallbladder is something that is mainly composed of pitta dosh. So when the pitta dosh in the gallbladder increases above the normal, then it produces these stones. Then it produces inflammation. So for gallbladder stones, Amrutras is very good. Vomiting, mouth ulcerations, and skin diseases also. So again, to understand this, we will study about the SAM NIRAM concept in the next year. Next slide, please. Amrutras, if we calculate the property, overall it is cold. The dosage is same as the first two. That is, in adults, it is 2 tablets twice daily. And in children, 1 tablet twice daily. And the contraindications are not there as such. So this is the general thing about Amrutras that we have to remember. See, whenever we are practicing, whenever we are prescribing something to the client, it is a different, altogether different science when we are prescribing, when we are learning, and when we are practicing or prescribing something. These again are 2 different things which are again related to each other, because unless and until we know all these things, we cannot practice. So both the things are essential, and what to see in the client and what to observe in the client, that also we observe, and then we prescribe, and then there are the results. So such is the science, and that's why we see good results. So like that, if we go step by step and just focus first on the theory, then understand how it is used, and then go step by step, then definitely we will come to a point where we will be prescribing the right things. But if we are in a hurry to, do things, then somewhere it may go wrong, or there are chances that there may be an error. So this is the thing that our teachers taught us, that to first learn understand the theory, also observe things practically, and then prescribe or whatever. Okay, next slide, please. Case study of Amrutras. So here is a client, Chandrakant. He had suffered from acidity, gastric problems, borderline diabetes, and skin issues for 5 years. So it was chronic. And when he came to Ayush Shakti, he was advised the herbal supplements. One of the main was Amrutras, detox, and a customized diet plan. And in 1 month, he felt 50% better. So when we see all the 3 case studies, again, there is the same problem. Acidity is there, but the herbs that are prescribed are different. This is the fineness of, practicing or understanding. So in 1 month, he felt 50% better. His acidity symptoms were greatly reduced. His digestion became better, and his skin issues also improved. So in skin issues also, whenever there is involvement of the pitta dosh, the sama pitta, we can prescribe Amrutras and have good results. And he continued the Ayush Shakti treatment for 6 months. And at the end of the treatment, he no longer had these issues. So in Ayush Shakti, actually, all the doctors and everyone who are helping the clients to get better, actually, there are very good results of all the herbs, all these herbs, what we are studying today. And really, there are good results for chronic problems even, comparatively, the client had this issue for 5 years and it got healed in 6 months. So it is actually comparatively very faster. So like that, these herbs are helping, and there are very good results in this kind of disorders. Even the skin issues, or as I told you, gastric or indigestion or acidity issues like that. Next slide, please. Yes, another important herb, Ushir. So Latin name is Emblica officinalis. English name is Emblic myrobalan. I think there is some this mistake here. This is not Emblica officinalis. Ushir is Vetiveria zizaniodis. There is some typing mistake here. So Ushir, this Latin name is of Amalki. Ushir, the Latin name is Vetiveria zizaniodis. Okay, Vetiveria zizaniodis. Ushir. Next slide, please. Ushir, the taste is bitter, okay, and sweet. Virya, potency. Remember, Ushir has cold potency. Ushir is best whenever, to pacify the increased heat. Ushir is the best. Ushir is used in India, in India in earlier times, and also nowadays also, there is a way of collecting water. The drinking water is stored in a mud, in a big mud, this pot that is made up of mud. Okay, clay pot or mud pot, you can say. And in that, the water is stored, drinking water is stored, and in that Ushir is mixed. So in the summer season, when the weather is hot outside, so it is better to drink the water in which Ushir is mixed, because it is cooling. That water is cooling, and it also pacifies the increased heat. So instead of using refrigerated water, it is best to use water that is in which Ushir is mixed, and the water that is stored in the what we call the earthen pots. Okay, the pots that are made up of the mud. So that and in earlier times in India, that was the way of using cold water when the refrigerators were not there. And such water which is drank from the earthen pots, it does not have any effects like it will not produce cold or cough or sinusitis like that. So that was the way of using herbs in the day-to-day lives, and Ushir is one of that herbs. Then the vipak is sweet. Dosh, it reduces pitta dosh and vata dosh as well. Then the dhatus, predominantly it acts on the rasa and rakta dhatu. So mainly the rakta dhatu. Okay, Ushir. Ushir is also, again, we will study. Next slide, please. Yes, so Ushir, you can see in the picture, it increases appetite. It heals the wounds by improving blood quality. Ushir has a very good action on the rakta dhatu. Okay, Ushir is also one of the content which is used along with guduchi to reduce the fever. Okay, guduchi along with Ushir, it reduces the fever. It also increases urine flow. It reduces the fatigue also. So these are the actions of Ushir. And as I told you, guduchi used along with Ushir to reduce fever. And Ushir is also used by mixing in water, and it also has a very good smell. So it gives a very pleasant fragrance to the water, and it makes the water cold. And after drinking such cold water, there are no harmful effects like cough, cold, generally, which we see after taking the refrigerated water. So that is not there. So natural cooler. Ushir is the natural cooler. Next slide, please. So the products that contain Ushir, they are Chandrika Ras, Pitta Shamak, and Jivan Yog. So Chandrika Ras, again, remember this. Pitta Shamak also contains Ushir, Jivan Yog. So Ushir is cooling in nature. Next slide, please. Yeah, so we'll study Chandrika Ras. Okay, Chandrika Rasa. When we understand the meaning of the word Chandrika, Chandra means what? Moon. So when I say the word moon, the first thing that will come to everyone's mind is the coldness of the moon. Moon is always cold. It's never hot. Okay. So from that, we will understand that Chandrika Ras is used to pacify the excess heat in the body. So it will act like the moon. It will have an effect like the moon. That's why the name is Chandrika Rasa. So the contents are Ushir. So as I told you, Latin name, earlier it was there was some error there. So Latin name of Ushir is Vetiveria zizaniodis. Remember this. Along with that, Chandrika Ras also contains Sariva, that is Hemidesmus indicus, Kalmeg, that is Andrographis paniculata, Yeshti Madhu, Glyceriza glabra. Quantity is given, and as we can see in Chandrika Ras, Ushir is present in large quantity. Okay, next slide. So now see indications of Chandrika Ras. So Chandrika Ras is used in acidity, for headache, burning sensation. So when there's excessive increase of heat, when the pitta dosh is also affecting the rakta dhatu, and there is excessive bleeding, and we can see especially excessive menstrual bleeding, there Chandrika Ras has a very good effect. So in females, when due to some reasons there is excessive bleeding, menstrual bleeding, then Chandrika Ras has very good effect. Even in cases of hormonal imbalance or menopausal syndrome, when there are hot flushes, at that time also Chandrika Ras has a very good effect. Then headache, then burning sensation, fever also, because we saw it contains Ushir, Sariva again, which are important to reduce fever. Dysuria, when there is some burning sensation in the urine, that time difficulty in passing urine. Jaundice, because why jaundice? Because the herbs Ushir, Sariva and the other herbs that Chandrika Ras contains, they are very good in jaundice. Then vertigo, heart debility, when the heart becomes weak, hypertension, excessive menstrual bleeding. So in these conditions, Chandrika Ras is used. So next slide, please. So if we calculate the overall property of Chandrika Ras, then it is cold in nature. Just remember, Chandra means moon. So definitely it will be cold only in property. And when it is cold in property, then you understand even better when to prescribe it. So if it is cold in property, we will prescribe it in cases or clients where the heat is excessively increased and we now need to increase the coldness, okay, to balance all the doshas and dhatus. So in that conditions, we will use Chandrika Ras. Dose is in adults 2 tablets twice daily and in children 1 tablet twice daily. Contraindications are not observed till now as such. So this is the general thing about Chandrika Ras. Next slide, please. Yes. So with the case study, we will understand Chandrika Ras. So here is this client. For over 2 years, he was suffering from acidity, chest burn. There was burning in the chest and digestive issues. And he also had stress-induced headaches and palpitations. So as we can see in the picture also, the client, stress-induced headaches and palpitations. So when he came to Ayushakti, he was recommended herbal supplements, and Chandrika Ras was one of the main supplement. Along with that, he did detox and also followed a customized diet plan. And in 1 month, his digestive issues improved by 60%. Okay. His acidity, chest burn, and gastric issues also improved immensely, and he could manage his stress much better. So because of that stress, there was also this the weakness of the heart, and there were palpitations, headache, main features of Pitta dosh. Okay, everything was impaired. And Chandrika Ras, and there was burning sensation also. And Chandrika Ras helped in him. And the stress was, he was also able to manage stress, because not only Chandrika Ras, he also did a detox as well as followed the diet and lifestyle. And then he no longer had episodes of headaches or palpitations. And after that, he followed the treatment for 6 months and achieved even better results. So this, we understand that Chandrika Ras can help in such manner. Next slide, please. Yes. So challenge activity will be explained by Cornelia. I will just sum up today's session by saying that today's session was about focusing on the Pitta dosh. So how you study it or how you understand it is, first you just revise the qualities of Pitta dosh, whatever we have studied, the 5 types of Pitta dosh, just not in detail, just like a brush up. And then you go to each herbal supplement, then the contents that it contains, and likewise you understand what are the indications, think over it, write down. I always say, write down things. Just by reading we never remember, we should always write, and then we remember. And after writing it, we just read it for many times, as much as is possible, and then we understand, and then we remember it lifetime. So this is a process that should be there should be consistent, and that will pay off, and then you also will be very good. You know, you actually all are very hardworking and very good, so you'll become even better. So that way you understand all the herbal supplements, the herbs. If you can find some herbs anywhere near your locality, you can observe them, then understand the indications and everything. Okay, thank you so much. So Cornelia, can you explain the challenge activity?
Yes, I can do that. As before in our previous few sessions, the challenge activity is again that to use one of the herbal supplements that you just we went through and observe its effect during the months. It can be either on yourself or on one of the clients that you are working with, and by looking at what effects it has. And you would do that for about a month. So that is then, of course, the challenge activity. And then you also share again the experience in your past group. And just from, I wanted to say there were, as you saw, a couple of mistakes there. So one slide was missing in the study material. I will correct that. And I will also correct the one where there was a copy and paste issue with the name of the Ushira. So I will change that as well. And we'll give you then the 2 pages that need to be changed. Okay, yeah. That's it from my side.
Wonderful session, wonderful explanation, Dr. Komal and Cornel. Thank you for supporting always to the team, for providing such a wonderful material. Nice PDF. And always Heidi is also there in the support. While correcting this document, just to make one more change in the dosage of the Pitta Samak. The normal dose is a 1+1, means 1 tablet twice a day. For the adult, for the normal, and for the child, it can be half tablet 2 times. Pitta Samak. Here in this PDF, it is mentioned as a 2 tablet twice. It needs correction. It should be as 1 tablet 2 times. Thank you. Yeah. Deborah.
Sorry, I was moving my papers to make those corrections. Now I gotta have to find my 2 questions.
No,
anyway,
take your own time.
So I have 2 questions. One, I try to make connections in my brain, so it's not all just memorization. So I'm not sure that this question will make sense, but it's what I'm trying to figure out. I noticed that some of the herbs that we were doing to reduce pitta affected jaundice and gallstones, and pitta is also connected with anger. So there must be a connection between pitta and the liver?
Yeah, according to Ayurveda, yes. Liver is yeah, responsible for the pitta balance, pitta production, pitta quantity to balance, quality also to improve. So
Okay.
yes.
All right, so that's probably why there was those herbs had an effect on the liver and the gallbladder.
And
Okay.
just an example, very practical and clinical, or very known example, we can give it as a jaundice, where the pitta is like get disturbed, and we treat the liver.
Okay.
So
That
we give
means-
liver luton, virichin, and so on. The treatments like that. Yeah, correction.
Okay.
Good question.
May
All right,
I
so the
just
second-
jump in for a second here again?
Yes.
Sorry, Deborah. Dr. Hemang, I just want to make sure as I'm changing the slide right now. So it's for Pitta Shamak, it's adult 1 tablet twice a day, pediatric half a tablet twice a day.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So it was a mistake from our side in the original contents. So
Yeah.
Please.
So Dr. Hemang, the second part of the question is on Pitta Shamak, it says contraindication was cough and cold, but I'm thinking they're talking about viral cough and cold. If somebody has allergies and they have a cough in the morning related to the allergies, would that still be a contraindication, or is it related more to if they're sick with a cough and cold?
Yeah. So that allergic cough and cold, it's not a problem. In that, we can definitely give this. But here that the contraindication cough and cold, it means actual cold and cough, like a flu symptoms or something like actual cold. That.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Because all the ingredients, like that usir and kapadik, and those are like motivisti, are a very cooling one. But at the same time, we have the goduchi, which is like 105 milligram, also working and helping in the immunity system. So as if it is for like a allergic condition, it helps.
Okay, so Goduchi is also in the skin tonic. I'm looking at my skin tonic.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there's any other pitta reducing herbs in there, but I noticed the Goduchi's in there.
Yeah, it is there. Yeah, Goduchi is very helpful. Many benefits. Many benefits.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Como, Dr. Hemang.
Nice. Yes, Ilke. Yeah.
Yes, thank you for this wonderful session again. I have one question regarding the difference between Chandikaras and Pitta Shamak. Is it because of what Dr. Komalis told us we will learn next year? Is this the quite difference, or how do I decide when I give Pitta Shamak or Chandikaras?
Oh, very good question. So, Pitta Samak has the ingredients. Some of the minerals like a moti, ishti, kapardika. They are useful for the Pitta Saman as well as Sodhan, means removal, toxins. There is a gyric, one of the ingredient you have seen in the slide. That gyric is removing the pitta, excessive pitta. So it's not only name is Pitta Samak, but it is helping Pitta Saman, means suppressing, balancing, at the same time excessive. Chandrikaras is purely cooling effect, only cooling. Chandrikaras has all the ingredients from the plants. There is no mineral. Chandrikaras helpful in the like a pulling, like a where we need like a overall body heat, like especially menopause, hot flushes. It's very useful. Chandrikaras we can give in the urinary tract infection. The people have like burning urine. Chandrikaras we can give in the like hemorrhoids when person can have a bleeding. Excessive menstrual cycle bleeding. We give them to reduce, control the heat and cooling effect. For all this condition, as I'm like I mentioned right now, Pitta Samak not helpful. Pitta Samak is helpful where the Pitta is to be flushed, excessive, out. Suppose like example, I can give you migraine. Where the Pitta is aggravated, increased, excessive. So in that we need to remove also from the body. So in that we need to give Pitta Samak along with Sirsulha. So there is a small difference. Both are like a useful for such cooling like purpose, but both have little difference.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, good question.
Heather and then Satu.
Thank you. Excellent class today. My question is on all of the case studies from today, the acidity issues. It seems that their acidity issues were reduced in as short as 2 weeks, maybe a month, maybe 2 months. I'm wondering, is that because the detox that they went through was also panchakarma? Or was it the 28 detox day plan could have this quick effect with these herbs as well? Or is the panchakarma really necessary to have that fast of an action?
Yeah, something is better than nothing. So if possible, we can do this panchakarma. If not possible, 28 days detox. If not possible, just Virachan tablet. It depends on the each individual, each different like case condition. Everyone has a different level of the illness or challenge. Sometimes it's a really hyperacidity where you need to work chronic condition for many years, severe heartburn or reflux, too much excessive pitta, then definitely need panchakarma. It's not that in that case 28 days detox won't helpful. It definitely it will be helpful, but even after the detox done, still person will tell you that yes, I have some reduction, but not sorted completely.
So it is possible,
always something to be done. Yeah.
Yeah, but it is possible to see such fast healing, 2 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
It's possible to see fast healing without a full panchakarma.
Yeah, depending on the condition, definitely we see some change. When you are doing like a person is doing there's a detox 28 days, following the plan, protocol, and then taking the tablets will help. But can't compare that the result you receive from the panchakarma, the same result will not be with the 28 days detox. In the panchakarma, we are doing many procedures, many things are involved.
Do you know if in the case studies that were presented today, did they all receive the panchakarma?
I think most of them all received the panchakarma.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, welcome.
Satu.
Thank you. Thank you for this great session again. I have two questions. First,
about Shatavari. Here it said in the study material that there are no indications, or that it's Rasayana for everybody, actually. Am I right? Did I get it right? And I just wanted to know, because my experience on Shatavari is that it can also be, it can, oh my God, I'm losing the English words. That I gain weight if I use Shatavari. So it's very supportive, I would say that. So if there are any blockages, like lots of blockages or metabolic problems, can Shatavari cause problems?
Normally not. Shatavari is nourishing. Yes.
Yeah, that's the
Shatavari
word. Thank you.
is nourishing the tissues, especially the rasa dhatu. So if there is a problem with some sort of the estrogen, progesterone hormone, kind of the maybe fibroids or myome or cyst, in that situation we give carefully. Then maybe we need to avoid giving them, but otherwise it's perfect.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, because that was exactly my problem, and that's why it happened. Thank you. That cleared a lot. Another question, as you can probably hear, I'm sick and my voice is down.
Yes.
But I wanted to know, because I just finished the Healthy Me Detox like a couple of weeks ago, and a week ago I got this viral infection, and before I realized that I was getting sick, my Pitta just went right up. Is that something that usually happens in a viral infection, that Pitta goes up very high? Or is it just something that I just experienced? I had very heavy palpitations,
Infection
very
and
hot.
Pitta means infection. Infection means pitta.
Sorry, I didn't understand, and I didn't hear well.
So when you mention that there is a infection, means pitta disturb, pitta aggravation, pitta is increased or decreased, or something is there. Pitta is definitely involved. Okay?
Yeah.
Infection is there.
Yes.
So,
but is it always that Pitta gets elevated before you fall ill?
Yeah, some sort of
like viral infection or something like that.
Viral infection or bacterial infection or any infection.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. That's good.
Welcome. Yeah, good. Maybe maybe you are already taking the Virofund.
Well, I didn't have it, but I've been taking Guduchi and Tulsi.
Yeah. Good.
Those that I had in the house.
But still, because again, I mentioned that depending on the size of the problem, depending on the intensity of the problem, depending on the chronicity of the problem, depending on the frequency of happening the problem, we need to choose the herb or herbal remedy. Always, these single herbs are not effective or enough, rather I can say. When the problem is a simple, small, in the beginning stage, initial stage, just sometimes happening, not such a big problem, then we can give just this kind of Tulsi or Guduchi or single thing helpful. Similarly, same for Satavari or Ashwagandha. But when the problem is such really something intense or bigger, then we need to give the full combination of herbs, means complete combination. Not only Satavari, but we need to think about what else you need in this situation along with the Satavari. So there are the couple of formulation which has Satavari, where you work. Similar here in the Virophyte, you work with that and you get the good result. Also, in this situation, 1 tablet twice, Virophyte maybe not enough. Need to take 2 tablets 3 times or more. Then it makes correction and fix your problem. I'm giving you an example, Satu. It's not only for you, but it's learning for whole group, for all of us.
Yes, absolutely,
That,
absolutely.
like it is something like whenever you have someone, you suggest, okay, take this Satavari, take this Guruchi, and then you don't see the result. And then it loses your confidence and trust and faith from the system. You see, oh, this was like what we learned in the class and it's not working. It is not going to work. It was not supposed to work because it was not perfect enough dose or enough right thing. Yes, in the ideal situation, it is correct. But when you have the problem, or also we check the size of problem.
Yes, I just have to add to that we should have such a pharmacy at our home in order to solve all these problems that occur, because it takes another week for me to, I mean, usually I get well before I get the herbs when I order them. So that's most of the time the problem. But yeah, I understand what you're saying completely. Thank you very much.
So thank you. Yes, Deborah.
So I actually, in response to Heather's question, I also thought people to get well needed to do panchakarma. But when I was in India, they said sometimes on the elderly or frail people, you can't do full panchakarma. So when I came home and I flew to Omaha to take care of my mother, you know, I was only there 4 days. So I did dry Pindus Wade and Heart Dara and Spinal Dara on her for 4 days. And back Marma. But she had really severe ulcers, and because she was on very toxic cardiac medicines, and she had bad acidity, and she tried the mung beans before and couldn't do it. When I came back from India and looked better, she wanted to try again. So I worked with my mentor. We had her on Amrutris and Varation and Amritati, and for 3 months she took Varation 3 at night and Amritati 3 at night with the Amrutris and the Pain Mukti stuff, and she's both of her acid blockers and no longer has nausea all the time. But she says she doesn't want to approach her pain yet because she doesn't want to be on the diet all her life. But so she didn't have to do detox, but the Varation was to do a detox, a gentle detox on somebody that was elderly. And it worked off 2 acid blockers and no more acidity and ulcers.
Super. See, it's always depending again. Yeah, you can definitely work and begin with this even small variation tablet. And if possible, you do 20. Something for sure you get some positive experience that. Again, depending on the size of problem, you get the relief. Wonderful, like sharing. That's wonderful, very helpful, very helpful. Nice.
Dr. Hemang, I have a question. We were talking about Varation. How come it wasn't included in this Pitta topic today? Isn't that a very important herb for Pitta issues?
Yeah, it will be there. That's just, we have 2 sessions on this. We have still 1 more session about Pitta. The next time.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Welcome. Good observation.
And I'm also sick, but I just put my camera on to ask a question.
Yes, you can
Thank
see
you.
that, our family members are sick.
But doing well. COVID flu, but doing well.
Okay, good. good. Taking care
Yeah,
and taking immunity
yeah.
tea. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll share the recipe of immunity tea in the group, at least that everyone can take.
Yes, and like one of my fellow students, they said, "Wish we had all the tablets at home. I don't have viral fight. I ran out of all the things." So that happens, right? So, but I'm doing all of the other things that we've been taught.
Super,
Thank you.
super, super. That's a great learning. Having own experience, experiment on body mind.
Yes.
Good.
I'm looking forward to trying all these pitta herbs because I always have imbalanced pitta, so I'm very curious to order them and try them out one day.
Yeah.
So we have Robin and then Arati with questions.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for this wonderful session as always. And it was interesting when Deborah mentioned about her mother and like she's seeing good results, so she's off her acid blockers, but she doesn't want to address her pain yet because she doesn't want to have to be on this special diet for the rest of her life. And I kind of laugh at that because like a lot of times we think it's like this all or nothing and forever type of thing. And from my experience, once we can help the person get their inflammation under control, they might need to be on the set of herbs and the diet for just however many months until they get it under control, and then they can be like on a more reasonable but varied diet, right? It doesn't have to be like this for everything. I mean, it might be a really good idea for them to forever stay off regular white sugar and sweets and stuff, but they can have enough variety once they've gotten to a certain point that they don't have to be like totally restricted. Is that correct?
Yes, it is very true that it's to make changes is important, but not 100% required or complete change. It's important, yeah. If we appreciate if someone is able to follow it 100%, but at the same time, it should not be a stress. So always to encourage people to start with one or two things, one or two changes to make, and then step by step, more and more. Of course, everything is important to follow. All our recommendations are necessary, but difficult, stressful to implement in this today's time.
Thank you.
Our approach should be very practical always. Every person is a different. Every person. For student, we should have a different approach. Young people have like a different lifestyle, different food habit. We need to give them liberty to have pizza and pastas. We cannot say no. We can ask them to reduce. We can ask them to avoid them 1 or 2 days or something. But at the same time, some other people, if their condition or health challenge is severe, we can convince them, yeah, 1 or 2 times in a week, you can take some noodles or bread. Otherwise, you eat more vegetables and this and that. So depending on the situation and person to person, we need to play. Yep.
Okay, and we have Arati. What's your question?
All right, so actually it was not a question, but I wanted to just make a remark. And so as in my past questions in the past classes, I mentioned that I was having a lot of pitta. And I had noticed the skin rash on my hands, fingers, forearms, and it was like never before. terrible itching all over the body and hair loss like crazy. Acidity also some once in a while. And so basically for me, what I noticed was very helpful for my hair loss was oleation. So I used this amla hair oil, and I had that in my house. It just smells terribly strong of this amla or whatever that is in there. But I put it on, left it on for at least 2 hours, and then washed the hair, and that helped a lot. But I also did this abhyanga, and on my skin rash, I put the ghee, and it really helped a whole lot. And so I was taking a lot of these meds, which were having a lot of acid increasing abilities, and so I kind of reduced the dose on that. Partially, I kind of left them out, and that also helped on top. And then amrutas, as you had mentioned, Dr. Hemang, I increased that. And also I had some ampachak, which this the Toxigo, that also helped a whole lot. And so just kind of reducing a lot of these meds, but also reducing some spices that were increasing the pitta. That's the ginger and the chilies. I kind of drastically reduced those dosages, and it helped a whole lot. And for almost 2 months, I could not have my hair open. I was tying it all the time, but now I have it open, and so the hair loss has significantly stopped, and that's a really good sign.
Great sharing. Wow,
Yeah.
wonderful.
So also
results.
my skin rash all gone, and so that's really good.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Again, good self-experiment. Wonderful. And this helps to boost your confidence, trust. Wonderful. And I suggest everyone should do this small experience, small experiment on your own. Something. Just simple thing, nothing major, just amlaki, nothing big. So yes, good. And this amrutras has a big amount of amlaki. It's very helpful. Amrutras is very helpful herb. Whenever there is a challenge, sometimes the the people are coming with the complaint of the acidity, burning sensation. It's not always Ayurvedic. Maybe Ayurvedic is not always helpful when there is acidity. When there is a ama with pitta, then we need to choose amrutras. When there is a ama, means person will tell you the complaint as a reflux. GERD, GERD, GERD. Many times people are saying the diagnosis, I am having GERD. So in that situation, amrutras is more useful. Ama, indigestion and acidity. If there is only acidity, means only burning, no ama, only excessive pitta, quantity wise, then Ayurvedic. Then Ayurvedic is useful. So amrutras is the herb which we can use anytime for anyone. When you don't understand anything, you can give amrutras. Amrutras, the unique formulation. Amrutras is helping to balance all three dosas. All three dosas, balancing. Balancing means if any of the dosas are increased, excessive, it reduces or any of dosas is low, then it will make the balance. So Amrut Ras is balancing of the all three dosas and rectifying the Agni, means fire. It's helpful to fix the fire. So two major things. It's working on the dosa, and Agni means ama. It's rectifying Agni means it's digesting ama. So normally any disease happening or reason for any disease or condition or cause for any condition is either ama or imbalance in the dosas. This Amrut Ras is helpful in all the conditions, both the situations. So when we don't understand anything, we give Amrut Ras. Nice. Thank you.
Jane.
Hi, thank you for this session. So I've been using,
Sorry.
I'm not on. There we are, right?
Yeah.
Am I there? So I've been using Amrut since the last session to try on myself.
Yeah, good.
I have, so I started with 4 just because it says 3 or 4. So I did that. It moves everything out right away. Cause you said it was like a daily detox. I thought, okay, I'll do this every day and I want to detox. Well, I certainly detoxed. It was really, I cut back a little bit, but I still had a lot of reaction to it. Now, am I like really out of whack so that everything is really not balanced? It's like, do I go to 1 and I then work up to 2 and then 3, or because I really had a reaction, more of a reaction just doing it this way than using it in the detox program plan and when it comes up. So I'm very pitta with a ton of vata. So anyway, that was my experience with trying this, and I would love to be able to use it every day and just have a constant sort of detox thing going to keep me healthy. But how should I be using this, or should I at all?
Yeah. Wonderful. Very, 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 very exciting. Very nice that you made experiment on your body with the Samruttadi, one thing, and you had like understanding about the difference between the actual detox. While doing the detox, it was a challenge to move, eliminate, and then just on Amrutadi, it's a strong reaction.
Right. So I don't know how. So
why it was? What was the reason? What is the cause? What is the reason?
Well, I'm not sure.
Every person is again the different. Every person. Some person is like only the challenge is only Vata challenge. Some people have Pitta problem. Some people have Kapha. Some people have the combination problem. The 2 different combination. Now, in the 28 days detox program, we have all the different supplements. Supplements like a Livton, Super Digest, Keton, Toxigo are helpful to separate the toxins. But at the same time, the supplements which we are giving, asking them to take at night before going to bed, there are 3. One is Amrutadi. Second is Ancient Pargo. And third is Vaka. Now these 3 are also different purpose, different action. Depending on the person, problem, we always changing the dosage, or sometimes we ask some people, don't take this and that because your problem is this. And again, we ask them to update us what is happening to you after 3 days. It is very delicate, very sensitive area. And if it is not, I remember, Jen, when you did this detox, there was like a no good movement, elimination, and it was big upset. Oh, what happened? What went wrong? Why I hadn't this? Why something wrong? Yeah, it's natural. And that's the reason we always ask people like to play with the tablets kind of number of dosage, keep us updated on daily basis or every second day. And we may need to stop something and we may need to add something. Doing detox with a lot of efforts, many changes in the food, many tablets, lot of time, energy, everything. And then if you don't get the desired result, it's disappointing. It needs very, micro level observation, constant support, and monitoring. Good.
Thank you, because that'll be really great in helping people in this next 28-day detox to kind of tell them, to be sure they check in. So thank you. But anyhow, I just want to share my experience was quite different. So thanks,
Good.
Dr. Phan.
Good.
May I share also?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
I used Amrutati also, and I knew the max you could do was 8. So my problem was opposite. I actually went up to 8, and over the last 2.5 weeks, I have had wonderful bowel movements. And then as there's changes, I've reduced. So now I'm down to 7. So maybe I'll keep going down, but it was, for me, it worked like magic.
Good.
We're all
After
different.
after taking this amount, you remove certain blockages, and then system is like become more easy and smooth to eliminate this toxins, even with the less dosage. That is possible. Good.
Thank you.
Nice setting. Good. Good experience. Good. Yeah. Yes, Joseph.
So my
Nice.
question, good to see you, Doc.
Yes.
My question is about Triphala eye wash. I know that there's I learned that in the 100-day course, but since we mentioned Triphala today, my mother tried it and it did wonders. The first time when I told her about it a year ago, she had an eye blood pressure was 32 in one eye, and it went down within a month to 16. So it was amazing. Now she has she stopped for a few months, and now she went to check. She had eye flashes one time, and I think her pitta might be a little bit high, but anyway, the eye pressure was 22 on one eye. And I told her to get back on Triphala eye wash, but it was a little bit she said she had redness in her eyes. So I mean, I thought that this is normal, but it's kind of I want to hear your feedback. Should I tell her what should I tell her to do? And how about Triphala tea? So I want to know for the redness of the eye, what do you do about that? Should I tell her to continue? Should I tell her to reduce the amount of Triphala first that she is using before she boil it? And the benefits of Triphala tea. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So normally it should not happen. And when there is a redness or infection, then to avoid this type of the wash with the Triphala.
So you avoid the Triphala?
Avoid doing the local wash with the Triphala. Just leave it for a few days when there is too much redness or infection. First to rule out, confirm what is the problem, why it is, whether the redness is because of the conjunctivitis or some other things, or allergy, or what is the reason, or just heat, because Triphala helps to remove the heat. If some other reason, then maybe it's not enough. Okay. So first need to understand what what could be the reason, what is the possible cause. And then yes, tripla is very helpful for eye. Tripla is useful.
I think it's increased pitta. I think that's my kind of guess.
No.
She's in Egypt. I'm in America right now, so it's like it's a bit different, but that's my guess. And also her cholesterol level, and like lately, the past few months, like increased by about 60 points, from 259 to like 312. So it's kind of like made me like, okay, maybe she needs to make food adjustments and stuff. And I told her about like the whole diet, and I stressed that out. But it's like I'm still like kind of struggling with her to kind of convince her to like, to make a strict diet. But I think it's increased pitta, and I can't take any tablets to her to Egypt right now. So it's like I'm trying to. What I have there is tripla.
Yeah, you can just give the tripla should help to reduce normally pitta, tripla helpful.
Like the eye or the tea, the eye wash, or
Both.
as an eye wash or the tea, both.
Yeah, normally.
Okay. I'll tell her about the pearls too if she can find that today.
Yeah.
With Muti, yeah. Thank you, and good to see you.
Same here. Nice. Good that you are using this information. Wow.
Yeah.
And
thank you.
That's good. Good. This way you gain more and more confidence in this system. This is a small. Every day, one small experiment.
Amen. I had been waiting on my supply
Yes.
of
Amla.
Amla too? Okay.
Yeah. Good. Good.
Thank you.
Yes. Nice. Thank you. Apsane. Yes.
Thank you very much. I have a question about Amritadi. A friend of mine was constantly constipated, and as I had quite a few bottles, I gave her one, and she started taking 4 every night. The next day I telephoned, I said, did it work? She said no. The next day she continued taking. It took her about 3 or 4 days before she had any bowel movement. What is the reason for this, please? Thank you.
So good. Normally, to ask any person to start with 4 tablets and to observe, watch the experience, if it is enough or not, works properly or not for 3 days. In one day, you cannot make a judgment. It depending on what you have eaten, the food, what is your food on particular day. Depend also, it makes a difference in your bowel movement. So always 3 days, then to make 6 tablets, then to make 8 tablets, and to increase. Normal dose is 8 tablets. 4 tablets is a half.
Okay.
But still we suggest to start with the 4 tablets, and you can go up to 18 tablets per day.
18, did you say? 18?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That would be like dynamite.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes. Welcome. Yeah.
Are there any
Can I
other
ask a quick-
questions?
It's a quick question, Cornelia, sorry. Again, on the Amritadi. So if you're just trying to use it, if you're not having an issue with the bowels at the time and you just want it for that daily detox bit, just trying to keep everything, less toxic, and again, I understand the individual part, but as long as if you're just taking like 1 or 2 and it's not really affecting your bowels adversely, is that fine? Or 1 is maybe enough for some people? Just, is that still going to have? Okay.
Yeah, some people are very sensitive people, only 1 tablet is used, but only few, not many. Most of people are like compatible with 4.
Tina?
Yes.
Hello, hello.
Um,
You know, it's interesting to hear this conversation because when I very first started with Ayush Shakti, the supplement, I reacted to the supplement very similar to Jane. But as my diet has changed, you know, to be more clean, I find my body is starting to balance and it really loves this product. And even when I add additional herbs, when I put in the ancient Pergo, my body responds differently with the Amritati. If I take that out, then it responds differently. So to me, I over the summer, I had an excess of It just started to increase, and all this mucus in my throat, and I'm sure throughout my body, increased. And this product was excellent to be able to help that. And the Toxigo was incredible. And I had a conversation with Sue Yogi at one point in time just about my excess weight. And she recommended that I take 12 per day. And I haven't done that quite yet, but it made me realize how safe this product is. But, you know, everybody responds differently because it creates a balancing. So I just wanted to share my experience with that. It's just been a very good experience with this product. It's probably one of my favorites.
Wonderful, wonderful. Jaina, thank you for sharing this experience. Again, you said rightly that every individual has a different body constitution. Accordingly, it responds or reacts. And different situation, when there is a ama, the same herbs are giving the different response. And when there is no ama, the herbs response is a different. Same person. Today, the 4 tablets are enough, and tomorrow maybe 6 or 8 you need, and then again you need only 4 tablets. It's depending.
Yeah.
And also it's again the sensitive matter. Sometimes it is good to take ancient Pargo and Amrutari together, and sometimes not.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I too am one that has that cold that's happening, and Dr. Priyanka recommended me to take this product. It has been ideal to help clear out the mucus in my head through my sinuses, you know, because I started a new job. I didn't want to be coughing and, you know, at the office, you know, so it was wonderful to be. A matter of fact, I took the recommended dose and then I had to back off because it worked so well. And, you know, anyway, so it's just, I think that's what this session is about, is just experimenting, recognizing that this is almost like, I mean, I see these as food, you know, and identifying what is it that my body needs. You know very well when your body needs iron, you take iron. You know very well when you need vitamin C, you take vitamin C. And these herbs to me are very similar. They're like food. And you start to identify, what is it that I need? Oh, I need a little bit more Toxigo today, or I need a little bit more Raktashanti. You know, I've been very aware of that because my blood pressure has been kind of crazy. And I found that the Amruptas has really helped with the blood pressure, the hypertension. So yeah, so thank you.
great sharing. And this is what we tell always to everyone, that yes, have your own experience. It makes a big difference. Instead of just believing our words and you follow. Just for guideline, ideal notes, yes, you consider, you read it and follow 1 time, 2 times, but unless you won't have your own experience, it's not a strong belief. It's just words, it's just knowledge. Whether you can have experience or experiment on your body or someone near and dear, or friends or families or clients, just small thing. We always encourage or believe in that. Have small experience. Yes.
You know, I was thinking about what Afsana said about her client, and her client not being able to react as well to the Amritati. You know, it took her a few days. But recognizing that there may be foods that she's eating that's creating constipation. And if she's not backing away from those foods that are creating the constipation, the supplements are not going to work. So it's a spectrum of the whole entire thing, not just looking at this herb didn't work, but looking at what else is creating, you know, the lack of, you know, movement. Yeah.
It's always the food makes a big difference. Wonderful, wonderful discussion. Nice sharing from everyone. Good. Very helpful. So again, we will have 2 more weeks to make few more experiment and experience on our own and our friends. And then we will see us on 19th of November. Next Saturday. With the supplements related to Pitta, part 2.